Hello, YouTube. It's your boy Spitz with another sports topic. Me, myself, and people from the soft sports, all the Texan tubers, have been very, very critical. We have been deemed not Texan worthy, not true Texan fans. Too critical to General Manager Brian Gaines. Too critical of newly highly sought after cornerback Aaron Colvin. Unfair to the franchise and Bob McNair. And to my YouTube subscribers and all the Texan fan base out there that we have disrespected, me, Spitz, 389, the definition of thorough, want to issue out a public service apology due to the criticalness of this offseason. Lackluster or not, we are wrong for judging too prematurely. The draft has not came yet, and yet we are very critical and very angry of General Manager Brian Gaines. So I would like to issue out an apology. I was just bullshitting, and you know this, man. But no, let's seriously, it's your boy Spitz back with another sports topic. And today, I want to talk about cornerback Aaron Colvin. Now, I have been, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? Accused of being very critical and unfair to Aaron Colvin. Kind of, sort of, but not really. Because, like I've been telling people, the issue is not that we signed Aaron Colvin. It's how we signed Aaron Colvin. It's because of we had a need at the cornerback position. And we had a lot of salary cap space. And the first corner that you signed is Aaron Colvin. Now, Aaron Colvin, to be fair, was the best slot cornerback in football last year. He was the best slot cornerback in football last year and the best secondary. He has that dog in him. I was listening to his interview, his press conference and then the one-on-one interview, and I like what I heard. I think he could bring something like another attitude, like that Ramsey type attitude that I really like. One of the reasons why, not only because Ramsey is talented, but I also think that's part of the reason why he has that. He's one of the best cornerbacks, if not the best cornerback in football, is because of the attitude he has, that he's the best player on the field. I see a little bit of that in Colvin. I don't doubt that Colvin can be successful. That's not the issue. My issue wasn't the doubt that Colvin could be successful. Actually, I had Colvin as a target, but I had him as a. This is how I had it. I had the cornerbacks were ranked like this. They were, and it's not just me. These are all metrics. It was Tremaine Johnson was rated the best cornerback. Then it was Malcolm Butler. Third was E.J. Gaines. Fourth was Kyle Fuller. And fifth was Colvin. Now, judging by some people had that Colvin and Fuller flip-flopped on some people's. And even that some people even had Fuller as the third corner behind above E.J. Gaines. I think only maybe like one or two people had him like that. I'm one of the national media and the national sports writers and things like that's what I'm judging by, and people who are ranking top free agents. Some people, but not that many. It was mostly E.J. Gaines was the third best corner, and it would normally flip-flop at fourth and fifth. Like, just don't depend on who you was picking, fourth or fifth. It would be Gaines, not Gaines. It would be Colvin or Fuller. So I'm looking at that you have at best the fourth best cornerback in free agency that you signed, and you signed him before anybody else got a deal. Like, before anybody else got a deal. Like, he was signed 2 hours before Butler was signed to Tennessee, 3.5 hours before Tremaine Johnson signed to the Jets. Like, and E.J. Gaines, up until me doing this video, hasn't been signed yet. So that's the issue. Now, let's say if you would have got Tremaine or Butler and you tried to get Gaines and you couldn't get Gaines because somebody else outbid you for Gaines, and then you got Colvin, cool. Like I said, I had him as a target. It wasn't just a strong target. It's like, we have the opportunity to draft. This is why Cleveland fans were upset with the whole Deshaun Kaiser draft pick. It's not the fact that they drafted Deshaun Kaiser, it's that they had to pick and trade the pick away that was Carson Wentz. They passed up on Watson twice and had to pick, and that would turn into Deshaun Watson. They traded away. That's the issue. Like, you could have got the guy, you just chose to go a different route. That's the issue. It'd not be different if you didn't have the opportunity or some other things happened. You had got this guy. That's kind of what people like me or the most upset about. It's not the player, because I think the player will be talented. Now, to the people who say that I'm just, I'm a non-Texan fan or I'm not a true Texan fan, I laugh, because like I'm very passionate. And do I get overly emotional? I do. I really do. I really do. I get overly emotional. Am I overcritical? Maybe so, but hey, it is what it is. But the reason why is because I understand the situation that we are in, and I understand the criticalness of what we're doing, and why am I considered a bad fan? Because I hold my team to a higher standard, a higher regard. I mean, I hear the talks of people saying, no, the pass rush, we got the pass rush, Deshaun Watson, all this stuff, the rat coming back, the secondary gonna be straight. Cool. But if you feel the secondary gonna be straight with all these factors, you feel rat, and and don't get it twisted. I think Rack is one of the best defensive coordinators of all time. If you feel that way, and you feel the way about this pass rush, and you feel that secondary could do something with the secondary we have now, wouldn't it be better if you upgrade the secondary when you had the capability to upgrade the secondary? Like, that's what I'm saying. You had the capability to upgrade the secondary. You had the capability to upgrade it. Like, you had the salary cap space. Oh, we don't want to overspend. This was the time to overspend. Even if you overspent and it wasn't worth it. Y'all keep talking about this pass rush and this defensive coordinator. Well, if all that's true, how's it not going to be worth the money? Because he got this pass rush in front of him. He got this defensive coordinator. This coordinator gonna put him in the right situations. So if he got the talent, which obviously he had, they not just giving Tremaine $15 million per just for no reason. We seen Malcolm Butler make plays in Super Bowls, so we know they have the talent. So if you tell me everything else around them is good, if all this stuff is good enough to make Kevin Johnson and Colvin these great players and Jonathan Joseph these great players, how come these players who were already considered Pro Bowl level type players, all pro type players, worth 15 per mil already without that stuff, while they can't do it with that stuff? It'll be even better. I'm just saying, like, you got a chance to upgrade. You got a chance to go. You got a chance to go get the iPhone X, but you sell for the iPhone 6. That's what I'm like. You got, and I'm not trying to bash Colvin, because I think Colvin's a nice player. But I'm just saying, like, you had a chance to go upgrade. Because when I'm comparing the six to what you already have on the roster with Kevin Johnson, Kareem Jackson, and Jonathan Joseph. I mean, Jonathan Joseph 2 years ago did lead the league in pass deflections, but eventually he's getting old. Eventually he's getting old. Kevin Johnson, it's a wait and see on Kevin Johnson. Like I said, if Kevin Johnson is All-Pro, I'll sell for first or second team All-Pro. I will buy a Kevin Johnson jersey, and when I do a roundtable on Soft Sports, I will wear that jersey all the time. Every time we do a roundtable, I throw on the Kevin Johnson jersey. I will spend money to buy a Kevin Johnson jersey if he's a first or second team All-Pro. That's how much little fake. I don't like that jersey $100. I don't like buying $100 jerseys. I really don't. I mean, I only got two. That's Dre and Watson. The only two Texan jerseys I got. I need to go get me a hot one. I'm bullshitting, but I'll buy a Kevin Johnson jersey and rock that bitch on every roundtable if he's a first or second team All-Pro. That's how little faith in him I have. Like that's my real issue, is that you're gonna end up sticking Kevin Johnson out here at 1 or 2, because Colvin's your big prize free agent. Like Colvin is your guy. He's your main as of right now, unless they can get Honey back. Even if they sign EJ Gaines, they're not gonna publicize EJ Gaines like he's a prize free agent. And another thing, they hold this press conference like while technically it's day 2 of free agency. Like when they brought in Osweiler and Miller, I think it was a couple days after free agency started. I don't think it was day 2. I don't think it was that close. I think it was a couple days after they let some stuff happen. This kind of thing tells me that they done. That's my thinking. I know it's reports that they'll be going after Honey Badger. I don't think so. Because I think the reason why they kept Jonathan Joseph is so they can keep Kareem Jackson. I think they just like to see 24 and 25 out there. To me, they seem like they're a marriage. So I think that they'll be. That's the reason why they want to keep him. But I'm just saying, like I said last night in the sauce, like, why do we continue to celebrate and hype these 9-7 seasons? Celebrate these AFC South titles. Like, why is this the standard? Why is this what we strive for? Like, 9-7 should be a disappointment. When you 9-7, when you 9-7, you should be like, man, we really should be 10-6, 11-5. Like, the Patriots don't want to go 9-7. Like, 9-7 should be like, damn, we went 9-7. Shit. Like that should be. We should not strive on 9-7. Should be what we don't want to be. We want to be above 9-7. AFC South should be the baseline. That should be the baseline, the norm. Another AFC South title. Ain't no thing. We already knew we were gonna get that. Like that should be the baseline. We need to strive for going to AFC Championship games, making Super Bowl appearances. I have a coworker who's a Laker fan. He's from LA. He's a Laker fan. Lakers been, trash for the past couple of years. They got Alonzo, got the new puzzle league. Y'all looking good. Like, y'all doing something. He's like, I don't care. If we not in the finals, I don't care what they doing. Like, that's his mentality. That's Laker fans' mentality. If they not in the finals winning chips, they can give a damn about the team is growing and Kuzma, and they can get LeBron. They can give a damn about that shit. Bring LeBron there first. They need to be contending for titles. They can give a damn about the other shit. That's how people feel in Boston with the Celtics and with the Patriots. That's what that's what we should want. But we sit here and we celebrate mediocrity, and we can't get mad when they give us mediocrity because we're a part of it. We are a part of celebrating this mediocrity because we happy about making 9-7, like 9-7 3 years in a row, back-to-back AFC South champions. Like, no. Why and like the frustration, we had all the salary cap space. Remember, we went 4-12. Not only we ain't made no splashes, we not really making no real true moves. Yeah, they fixed the offensive line to a degree. I think the offensive line is gonna be better. But you got teams like the Eagles who won the Super Bowl with their backup quarterback. They have that making moves like because they seen that their defense gave up the most yards and most passing yards in Super Bowl history. Even though they won the game, they could just stand pat and get Carson Wentz back and be like, let's do this again. No, they making moves. The Titans, in our own division, went to the playoffs. They changed their coaching staff. Say what you want to say about Vrabel. But the offensive coordinator is the offensive coordinator of the Rams, who had the highest scoring offense last year. And he also was the quarterback coach of Matt Ryan when Matt Ryan went to the Super Bowl and won MVP. That's his offense. That's Mario's offense coordinator, and they bring in Lewis, and they bring in Jermaine Johnson. I mean, not Jermaine Johnson. They bring in Butler. Sue was in Tennessee. I don't know. Did he sign? He might have signed. I don't really know. I haven't heard nothing as of yet. I'm pretty sure if I would have known something, my homeboy who was a Titan fan would text me because he's one text me that he's in Tennessee. And I checked the report. He's visiting Tennessee. So they out there making moves. Jacksonville won the division, had the number one defense last year, made it to an AFC championship game, bowed the Patriots tough. Some people say that the referees cheated the Jags, whatever. They trying to bolster their offensive line, trying to make things better for Boyles. Like teams that won last year, made the playoffs, they making moves, and they had less salary cap space than we do. I know the Eagles was under salary cap space. The Titans and Jags both had less salary cap space than us. And we were 4-12, and we just sitting there like we just gonna take what we already had and let's go back and do this one more time. That's what I don't understand. That's the frustration. That's the frustration. It's a combination of all that. Yes, we got Deshaun Watson. Yes, we got Hopkins. I truly believe that we have a top 10 linebacker core with the play of Merciless and Clowney. They could be easily a top 5 because Merciless, Clowney, all pros. I like McKinney, Zach Cunningham, Cole, the wild card in a good way. And that's the reason why Wink say that, hey, because we so stacked at linebacker, that's the reason why Wink say that, hey, McKinney is expendable. Like, you can actually deal McKinney, and it's not going to hurt you because you got Clowney and Merciless and Cole and Zach Cunningham. Like, you got these other players. Like that linebacker core is going to be stacked. I think it's going to be a top 10 linebacker core, if not top 5. Hopkins, in my opinion, is the best receiver in the league. You can go say 1 or 2, but in my opinion, he's definitely top 2. In my opinion, last year proved to me he's the number 1 receiver in the league. Watson, I believe Watson will come back strong. The offensive line, I think, is going to be better. So, yeah, I think they can win 9, 10, 11 games. They have the capability of doing that. But just because you have a potent offense, because people want to sit in the people want to be in the comment section. The Colts, we up here mad. The Colts ain't did nothing. I don't give a damn what the Colts do. Like I said, the Colts can buy cheeseburgers and put them out there in their secondary. I don't give a damn. They are opponent. I don't give a damn what the Colts do. Bring up that Luck ain't never had no defense and Peyton Manning had no defense. Aaron Rodgers don't got no defense. Okay, why is that acceptable? Why do you want to be like that? You got a good potent offense and your defense trash. Even though I don't think our defense is trash, I think our secondary is gonna be trash. But why is that acceptable? Like, tell me why is that acceptable when you have the means and the capability to make the secondary better. Do it. That's all I'm saying. That's where the frustration comes from. That's where the frustration comes from, because you had the capability to do it and you did not do it. And you stand packed with the same thing that we had. The only thing you add was Colvin. And because I think that Jonathan Joseph, he's a nice player, but he's older. Kareem Jackson needs to be a safety, not a corner. And I have no faith in Kevin Johnson. I believe that Colvin's in a tougher situation than he was in Jacksonville. That's all. I just think he's going to be in a tougher situation than he was in Jacksonville. I think his front could be similar, could be slightly better. If Watt becomes Watt again, it'll be a better front. But his secondary pieces around him, unless they get, Honey Badger, unless they get EJ Gaines, even though I'm not saying EJ Gaines is AJ Bouye or Ramsey, but Matthew is better than Church. Damn sure better than Church. Like, then you talk about something, you're doing something when you add in other pieces like that. Oh, and by the way, bro, in the last comment, I don't have a lisp. If I had a lisp, I talk like this. I don't talk with my tongue. I don't have a lisp. Okay? Just when I get angry and I talk fast, like, it sounds all cluttered. I don't have a talk. I don't have a lisp, bro. Just to clear it out there, since you want to have jokes. It's all good. Those all love. Like, subscribe if you haven't. Comment below if you haven't. Click that bell to get more videos. I holla.